So, starting off where we left off in the last episode, thanks to this guy kind of just walking up to us. So in the last episode we kind of made our way to Village Bridge, started doing a whole bunch of shit here, and we kind of are about to finish this area, and then we're going to be moving on to the next area, and finally reaching Opie Lucid City today, so we'll be doing that. But there's other than that, not much to talk about. Nothing new has really been revealed for much. I guess I haven't covered this yet, and the fact that Meta Knight's been revealed for Super Smash Bros. I'm sure that there's plenty of people that are both complaining about it, as well as a lot of people that are very happy to see him return. Honestly, I've never played Brawl. I've never had Brawl. I'm poor as crap. I mean, if I wasn't poor and had a good stable job and all that other shit, I'd probably have a good capture card already, and then I'd be able to do things like X and Y when I get around to it, and all that other shit. But we all know that I'm poor as crap, so obviously I've never played Super Smash Bros. Brawl. So I don't really know exactly, like, all of the reasons why people complain about Meta Knight and all the people that just enjoy Meta Knight. I mean, Meta Knight looks cool, so I mean, I wouldn't mind playing him myself, especially when the new Smash Bros. Comes out, which I do intend on getting. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I guess it's a thing that I haven't covered yet, so whatever. You know, if you didn't know about it, you already know about it now, or you know about it now, or you know, whatever. So there's that. This battle was also heavily against me. Like, I didn't even remember that he had the Electabuzz evolutionary line kind of thing here. Leading Samurott, and I burned Lucario that I was forced to lead with because I accidentally went right into another battle at the end of the last episode. So, I mean, there's that, I suppose, but whatever. I kind of, you know, a little bit got screwed over in this fight, but whatever, at least at the very beginning. But yeah. Something I do want to talk about, I kind of want to revisit the Mega Audino and Mega Slowbro. These Pokemon are terrible, in my opinion. They are very, very bad. At least the Megas are. Again, they both lose their abilities that they have before. Slowbro gets Shell Armor, whereas Mega Audino gets Healer. For anyone who does not know what Shell Armor does, it makes it so that way the opponent can't critical hit you, which is kind of good in the sense that if you set up like a sweeper, like Calm Mind Slowbro, then I mean, I guess that's a thing. Because then the critical hits can't happen, and then they can't get past your defensive increases, things like that. So I guess that's a thing. And then Healer has a 33.3% chance to heal off the status affliction on one of your teammates. So Healer only has some merit in VGC or doubles or triples, even stuff like that. Anything that involves more than one Pokemon. And as we all know, a lot of people that play like Smogon and stuff, they don't tend to play things like VGC or doubles or things like that. So I mean, I really don't know what to say. Healer's just terrible, especially given the fact that it replaces, what's it called? Regenerator upon Mega Evolution. So, losing the ability to have Regenerator, especially in things like VGC and just singles, is bad. It is absolutely terrible. Like, having the ability to have consistent health recovery is always nice. Now, I don't think that Audino has any access to like any kind of recovery move either, and the fact that you have to give it a Mega Stone means that it does not have access to leftovers as well. So losing the ability to use Regenerator and leftovers seems to kind of defeat their purposes, because when you get down to it, Audino is a supportive Pokemon. So yes, it's basically been designed to be something for VGC ever since its release. It has access to Heal Pulse to heal off the HP of teammates, so having Healer to like take care of the status affliction is kind of okay. I think it gets Healer already though, as one of its regular abilities. I think Regenerator was a Tidden ability, if I'm not mistaken. But having the ability to potentially get rid of their status affliction while at the same time having Heal Pulse to recover their HP is really nice. It kind of forces the opponent to focus mostly on the Audino, which is kind of an okay thing to have, but I mean, you don't really want to lose it either, and that's why having something like Regenerator leftovers on it would make it so much better. and yeah, but apparently that's kind of whatever. Another thing is it does have simple beam for doubles and triples or whatever. It's good for like sweepers that use moves like Dragon Dance, Swords Dance, stuff like that, because it doubles those increases, so a +2 becomes a +4, a +1 becomes +2, etc. Another thing that it does have going for it is the fact that it's going to be getting both defense and special defense increases, or at least in Audino's case. So having the access to reflect and light screen is always nice, but there's also one other thing that we're all forgetting. You can't put the light clay on it, so you only get the 5 turns, technically 4 on one of them because you have to waste another turn setting up the other screen. So yeah, there's that. It does have access to Wish and Protect I guess whenever it comes to singles, but I mean that's just in general. You might as well use those for the, you know, Regenerator leftovers set rather than just going for a Mega. So there's that. It does have access to Encore, which actually sees some play in VGC, locking them into something that increases their stats or something, and allowing you to just gang up on it while it defensively sits there and, you know, or defenselessly, that's the word, sorry. But yeah, while they defenselessly, you know, sit there and just take an onslaught of beatings, you know, over and over again. So I mean, Encore is kind of nice to have, and then of course the stat boots are actually much appreciated. It actually does enjoy the stat increases, but again, losing Regenerator, yeah. Then again, a Mega with like access to something like Regenerator could be kind of retarded too. If anything were to actually retain it, I would actually be happy with Audino getting it. I don't mind Slowbro losing it to an extent, though Slowbro is just infinitely better with, you know, Regenerator. So I mean, there's that. So one of the things that I like to mention is the fact that, again, Healer is not guaranteed to do anything, and it does have access to Heal Bell, which does basically Healer's job better, in the sense that it doesn't have a slight chance, it's guaranteed, and it heals off all status afflictions of everything on your team. So if you happen to have like 3 Pokemon that are burned, or a Pokemon that's asleep, a Pokemon that's paralyzed, a Pokemon that's poisoned, and all this other crap, they're all healed, and that's all you have to worry about. So Healer seems a bit stupid. I mean, I guess it's good for the instant, you know, use that it can have, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't really feel like Healer is all that great. Again, another major con to Mega Audino is the fact that it loses Regenerator and the ability to hold the leftovers. And when it comes to VGC, despite the fact that it has access to Wish and Protect, Wish is basically one of those great rewards for a great risk type of thing. You take a huge risk in the sense that you use Wish, and you might get ganged up on, and then you'll be like forced to bring something in that has already full health or whatever, and you wasted a turn as well as lost a Pokemon. So, I mean, it just seems like it's not worth it. Now, Slowbro, in my opinion, Slowbro actually has a lot more merit when it comes to VGC. It's also got some merit to it still, despite the fact that it loses Regenerator and leftovers. It still has a little bit of merit in singles as well. Like Audino, it does have access to Heal Pulse. It's also a bulky screens user. It also has access to Trick Room, which is really nice. And a popular move that is both played in singles and in doubles would be Scald. It does have access to that. I mean, that should be kind of obvious. It is a water type after all. It also has access to a recovery move, which again is kind of better for, you know, for a single battle rather than a double, which is Slack Off. It does have the ability to use Slack Off to get some health back, you know, stuff like that. And I mean, like, the only cons that I can really think to it is the fact that it gets Shell Armor and loses Regenerator, as well as any chance of ever being able to hold leftovers in battle. Again, like, it just seems like it's not worth it to Mega Evolve Slowbro, but I mean, at the same time, depending on the stat increases that it gets, it could be very viable. Again, having Shell Armor to protect you from those critical hits that would otherwise, you know, screw you over after you go through the trouble of setting up and, you know, getting to maybe like +3 or +6 on Calm Mind. Like, I mean, it's kind of a huge pain in the ass. But yeah. And of course, there's always the stat boosts, which are just nice. It could have used, I think, a bit of an increase elsewhere, but I could be wrong. So it was, I think, 2 episodes ago now that we caught up with Cavalion, and now we have caught up with the second Musketeer, being Virizion. Yeah. So my plan here is to kind of go Thunderwave, because I don't want to have to deal with it, you know, being a major pain in the ass. This thing does have access to Sacred Sword, of course. It also has Retaliate, Helping Hand, and it has Giga Drain. So having that health recovery move is a bit annoying, but not much that I can really do about it other than hope that he either A, runs out of it and allows me to kind of hit it without killing it, or, you know. But I decided to kind of switch out here, and Electros isn't going to be capable of doing enough damage, so I decided to bring in Skarmory, who basically resists everything that Virizion's capable of. So also there's the fact that it's paralyzed, so being able to not only outspeed it due to the paralysis, but be able to potentially get a flinch axe off with the Iron Head is very nice. It'll allow me to get off some massive amount of damage while getting it close to the red, so that we can catch it. I was kind of hoping that Electros would be able to do it all by itself, but my backup was definitely going to be Skarmory. I was a little afraid of going for the Iron Head there because I think that with a high damage roll I would have definitely killed it. I don't think that that was a high damage roll. I think that was definitely a mid to low damage roll. And any higher than what it was, and it would have definitely killed. I am almost positive I brought it down to about 1 HP. So, I don't know. I'm kind of just glad that, you know, it didn't die. Another thing that I'd like to mention is I'm not speeding up the gameplay for this, because if I was, I would have started off the episode by speeding it up. So I actually caught this Virizion in a very good amount of time. I think that Cavalion without the speed up would have taken about, I want to say anywhere about 3 or 4 minutes, maybe. Of course that's at worst, but you know. So we don't have much left to do on this route. We don't have access to Waterfall just yet, so we can't really use the Waterfall down here. I'm going to end up checking just to be double sure, of course. But we can't get down to that one trainer there. We also can't go up that Waterfall. We also can't, you know, like we just can't really go much further into this route until we have access to Waterfall. But, I mean, what can you do? It's just how the game works. So we do have an item here. It's a full heal. There's also an item up there. I believe it's a max potion. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head here. There's also an area that we can get a call from Yancy here as well, which I don't think we've done yet. I think we just finished catching Virizion, and I think we're about to get the call. I think. Yep. I think this is also number 9. There's, I think, another call area on Route 9, which we'll be getting to in the next episode. So, I mean, assuming that there is one. I don't remember all of the areas off the top of my head. I do remember some of them, because I used to go back to them over and over again. And I think that the item finder is trying to find an item that's way up there. I feel like that's something that they should have fixed, because, like, oh hey, there's an item somewhere over here, and you're just sitting here like, where is it? I want to find it so I can get it. And fuck this Basculin, by the way. I have to mention that I absolutely hate Basculin. They basically made a better yet shitty version of Magikarp. Literally, that's all it basically is. It has access to moves, but the funny part is it can kill itself, and it just doesn't do anything beneficial at all, really. It doesn't even evolve. Like, what? It's really just... It's a shittier version of Magikarp when you think about it, because Magikarp actually evolves into Gyarados, who has not only the ability to use Intimidate, but it also has the ability Moxie if you decide not to use it as like a Mega Evolution type of thing. And if you use Intimidate with it, then you can Mega Evolve and, you know, get Mold Breaker, which is always nice to have as well. So, yeah, I don't know, but whatever. Anyways, as you can see, there's also a little musician type of person here as well, but, yeah. Anyways, in the next episode, we're going to get exploring into all of Opelucid and proceed from there, of course. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for the next episode, and until next time, this is the PokeGamer signing out.